welcome and welcome back to my channel. If y'all are new here, my name is Lauren Haven. I make tutorials, I do hauls, and I also leave reviews on products. Today's video, we're going to be doing a tutorial. Now, I know y'all saw that set in that thumbnail, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. No need to explain. So I do have a video that does goes over all of my base prep for my press-on nails, so like everything that I do before I start designing. I have a separate video on that. I felt like it was getting repetitive. In every video I would go over these same exact steps, so I decided to make a separate video so that you don't have to sit through that if you've already watched my other tutorials. So yeah, if y'all are interested in that, I'll make sure to leave it in the cards or in the description down below for y'all. But I did leave a few clips in here of me doing my base prep for y'all to watch for those that are new. But yeah, I do, like I said, I made a separate video for my base application for you guys, an in-depth version and everything. So I'm gonna let y'all watch, or I lied, we're already at the nail art. So we're gonna go in with this like light brown tan color. Now, I did not have a link to this color, but I think that I might have found a color close to it for you guys. I did end up like mixing this myself a while ago, so I'm not 100% sure what color this was originally, but yeah. So I just went in with a light brown shade on that brown nail that we did. So you're gonna do brown on the ring finger and then nude on the other ones for the base. My bad, I said the brace. But I just go in with my liner brush. This is a 20mm liner brush, and I'm just going around the edges. I wanted to make sure not to make this too thick because we are going to go in with aura, and I still wanted that dark brown to be shown. So I'm just going in, rounding up any sharp edges that I see, like that one on that bottom right. We're gonna go in and fix that as well. And yeah, I'm just going in. Make sure that you don't put too much polish because you don't want it to become bulky. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did for this tutorial. This part. I know some people might do it the other way, where they polish the base, the outline, and then draw the circle. The oval, and then do the airbrush. Hey, whichever works for you, do it your way, but that's the way that I did it. So after we do that design, we're going to go in with our white gel polish. When I'm on TikTok live, a lot of people ask me, oh, Lauren, what type of polishes do you like? What's your fave? I don't have a fave, okay? Especially when it comes to white. I use 3 different white gel polishes, and I buy them. Whichever one I see first on Amazon, whenever I need more white polish, is the one that I get. So if it's between Melody Susie, Beetles, and Goy. Those are the 3 whites that I buy. I pretty much only buy things that are available on Amazon. I don't really go for those other brands. If it's not on Amazon, then I probably have not tried it before. I also like to keep my products as inexpensive as possible because I know there's girlies out there that are trying to learn how to do things, and it's easier when you're starting off and you don't have to worry about getting more expensive things, because then you're not able to get as much stuff because of how expensive it is. Anyway, I know y'all saw me do that design and then I wiped it off. That's because, y'all, this design is so hard for me to do. So I literally tried it 3 times, and I was like, Lauren, mat the nail or buff the nail and then draw the circle and then do it that way. So yeah, I cut all of that extra stuff out though. So like the parts where I was really messing up, I cut all that out, and I went ahead and just drew it in. Make sure that you buff the surface before you try to draw the pencil, because the pencil won't actually stick to the nail. No, you will not see this if you do it the right way. So yeah, went in, drew my circle, and I don't know, I still kind of struggled. I don't know if it was because of how how stiff my brushes was, but this circle was hard. But I ended up getting it. I tried it. I did not show me doing the second one, the middle finger, because you're going to do this design on the thumb and the middle finger. But I did the same thing. I struggled until I got it right, okay? But yeah, so I just did that on the middle and the thumbnail and cured that for 60 seconds. So once I drew my circle in, I went and did my Frenchies on the nail. I just kind of connected wherever the bottom of the circle was and filled it in, hoping that I did not mess up the circle while filling this in, because there's been times where I've messed it up and had to redo it. So I'm gonna let y'all watch me fill this in, and then we're gonna come back when we're doing something more interesting. Okay, now that we have finished that hard ass design, let's go ahead and start working on the tortoise design. So for that dark shade that I go in with first, I mixed this chocolate brown with blooming gel to kind of help it bloom better. And I went in with this first, which y'all will see in a second. Mixy. We could have cut this out. Yeah, once I start recording my voiceover, I don't go back and edit clips because it messes everything up with CapCut. But anyway, once we mix that up, we're going to go in on the nail with a thin layer of blooming gel. You don't need a very thick layer, so go in with a thin layer. And I'm going to go with that color we just mixed up. Now, this, I did mix it up more after I recorded this clip, so that's why there's not a lot on the palette. But just go in, do little random splotches. You kind of want to move fast, Lauren. Fast. How about you slow down so you can say your words right? Anyway, you kind of want to move fast because you want to make sure that everything blooms at the same like bloom effect. You don't want something to be bloomed out really like bloomy, and then the other, I don't know how to explain it. I'm explaining it wrong. You want to move fast because you don't want things to overbloom and then have other parts that either overbloom or underbloom. If you move fast enough, it should all bloom evenly, okay? So then we're going to go in with a second layer, and I got this polish from Shein that we're going to go in with next. It's a dark brown. It came in a pack. The first one, it was a 2-pack. The other one was a bit too yellowy and not brown enough, so I just didn't use that one. I did for my mom, and I was like, ew, this is ugly, and I ended up having to redo her nails. But for this set, I was like, we're not going to use that one. We're just going to use this dark brown because it's already like a jelly, and it's good to do blooming effects with jelly polishes because it kind of blends better. It blooms better in my opinion as well. So I went in, did that one, and then cured each layer, y'all, for 60 seconds. And then I went in with my third layer of blooming gel, and I applied black this time, and I only did a little dot, not a big one, very little. And then we cured that for 60 seconds, and then we're done, and we're gonna top coat because that was the design. Very easy design, very simple, not too much. Really do like this design, especially if you do it right. It looks really nice. So yeah, went and did that same process for the pinky finger. I didn't include everything that I did for the pinky because we did the same exact thing on the other finger that we're gonna do on the pinky nail. But I did want to include these clips so that y'all can see me do the pinky. Yeah. Anyway, now we're going to go in and apply our little charms on the middle and the ring finger. Ooh, the middle and the thumb finger. My bad, y'all. So I am going in with McCart rhinestone glue and these little gold stars thingies that I got from Amazon. I'm just going to put those right there in the middle, connecting the French and the circle, and just move it around. Make sure that it's straight. And then we're going to flash cure it so it does not move. And then we're going to do it the same thing on the other finger and flash cure. And then we're going to put it in the big lamp. When you flash cure stuff, make sure that you put it in the big lamp, okay, to cure. Don't be just flash curing thinking it's fully cured. It's not. Put it in the big lamp. We flash cure so it does not move. So once you put it in a big lamp for it to cure, we're going to go in and what are we doing? Oh, builder gel. I like to go over like these little charms, and a lot of my charms I like to double top coat. Some cases I will use builder gel if it's smaller. Like if it's a big charm, I just double top coat over it because sometimes, y'all, it can rub, like the top coat can rub off if it's like something that's protruding off the nail. With time, it happens even without big charms. So I like to go over those charms just with some builder gel, just so that it can last a little bit longer if it does rub off, like if the top coat does start to rub off. But yeah, I just go in, put my builder gel down, flash cure, and then fully cure. And then we're done with that nail. So we're going to base coat and top coat. once we're done with this one, and then we're gonna move and do that ring finger design with the airbrush. Now, I am going to say I do not recommend doing the airbrush method the way that I did it. Definitely, if you can, go and get you the airbrush inks or gels, whatever they're called, and use those when you're doing airbrush because it's safer. Also, make sure when you are doing airbrush, we're top coating all of the nails except for the ring, base coating and top coating. But make sure that when you are using airbrush that you are in a well ventilated area so that the chemicals have something to circulate and you can get some fresh air as you're working on this. I do my nails. I do I do my nails by a window, so I literally I'm sitting and getting constant airflow, especially when it's windy outside, which is perfect in my opinion. But yeah, there's also other ways to get the aura or the ombre effect with like sponges or pigment powders. I would suggest using those if you can. If you can't, that's understandable. But if you can, definitely try that because your health is what matters the most. So yeah, I'm just going in right here and top coating everything. And yeah, I'm gonna let y'all watch this and then we're gonna come back. So now that everything is top coated, this is the color that I had originally mixed with for my airbrush, but it ended up coming out too white and not tan. I wanted more of a tan color and not a white. And as you can see, like when we put it on the paper towel, it was perfect. It was like tan. But if you when you see me put it on the nail, you'll see that it came out more white. So I had to add more. Ooh, look at that. That's not tan. So we had to go in and add more like a darker brown. That dark brown that we used as the base layer, I went in and put more of that into the container and mixed it up. And when I did it again, it was the perfect shade of tan. Sometimes doing airbrush, you have to kind of make the color darker than what you actually wanted. I don't know why, but sometimes you just have to. I don't know if it's because we're airbrushing or if I'm just doing it wrong, but went in and airbrushed it, and then we're going to base coat it because make sure before you do anything else to base coat this design. The reason you're going to base coat is because you can easily mess this design up. Let's just say you didn't already did the airbrush, you didn't pour the airbrush solution out and all of that, and then you messed the design up. You can't really go back. Now you got to mix more solution. So right after you put it in the lamp and cure it, after you airbrush, go over it with base coat and do your next designs, okay? So after I base coated it, I went in with my McCart rhinestone glue and these little dome thingies. I don't know what to call these. So I just went in with those. I did 2 of the second to smallest, and then I did 1 at the top and then 2 small ones at the bottom. So 3 at the bottom and 2 at the top. You'll kind of see, the other way, I mean. 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom. I think that's what I ended up doing. But I know that's what I did for the other nails. And I kind of switched it around like throughout the sets that I was doing. So it's not the same, but it's that essential, not that essential, but essentially the same as 3 on one side, 2 on the other. So I went and flash cured that. And then after we flash cure, we're going to do that same thing. Apply that builder gel to the nails, the charm thingy, so that, like I said, they don't rub the color off. And once you top coat, my bad, y'all. Once you put the builder gel on that and cure it in the big lamp, once again, we flash cure to keep things in place, and then we put it in the big lamp to fully cure. You're going to go in and top coat. Then we top coat, cure that for 60 seconds, and then we're all done. We can start packaging up these nails, y'all. All right, so now that everything has top coated and cured fully, we're gonna start packaging up these nails. So first things first, we're gonna adjust the camera, I guess. We're gonna pop the nails off the stands and start etching the backs of the nails. I personally like to etch the back of the nails because it helps with the adhesion process. So like when you're putting your nails on and you buff your natural nail, me etching the backs of the nails does the same thing as you buffing your natural nails. It creates a texture for the glue so that the glue can kind of seep through the cracks and the roughness of the surface and stick and hold better. Okay, so this is why I etch the insides of the nails. Some people do it, some people don't. I do anything that I know can help my clients' nails last as long as possible. So I do this for my girls so they don't have to do it themselves. I just personally think, you know, this extra step doesn't hurt at all. So, and it also can help thin out the nail if the nail is a bit too bulky or too stiff. I sometimes will go in with my e-file and not rough it up, but like, you know, kind of remove some of that thickness and stiffness to help the nail bend a lot better, because I do like to make sure that my nails at the cuticle area are bendable, so that if you have flat or curved nail beds, then nail can kind of mold to your nail shape. So yeah, I like to do that. After I etch the nails, we're going to go in with a 180 grit file and we're going to smooth the sides of the nails to remove any ridges, bumps, lumps, humps, whatever, just to make sure those sides of the nails are smooth. After that, we're going to go in with our dust brush, remove that dust on the backs of all of the nails. We want to make sure that nothing is on the nails. And then after that, we're going to check our phone apparently and then grab some alcohol to to sanitize the back. And in case like any uncured polishes on the back of the nail, I go in, check that and make sure that if it is, I'll go in, wipe it down or file it off. You want to make sure to do this step because you don't want your clients having uncured polish sitting on their skins. Okay, so just go in, wipe those nails down, and then set them off to the side. And we're gonna throw that paper towel away. If you have a dust collector, use your dust collector, y'all. I have one and don't use it. It's just too big. If it was built into my desk, I'd probably use it, but it's just too big. So now we're going to build my card. I am going to be making a video on teaching you guys how to make your own cards at home and how to basically do customized packaging. So this is just me making my card, putting the back label on it. And then I thought about putting the instructions on the back, but I include like a full sheet of paper with instructions and useful information. And I want to make sure that it's readable. And I was like, I think these cards are a bit too small to try to include all of that on the back of this 4x6 card. So yeah, my cards are a little bit smaller than my sticker paper. So I just go in and cut off any excess and then throw that away. So now we're going to go with our double-sided sticky tape. I use these interchangeably. I use these, not interchangeably, but I multi-purpose this tape, y'all. I use it for my stands. I use it for things at home. This tape is very handy. So I'm just putting down 2 layers because this is a 20-piece nail set, so it's going to get 10 nails of just brown and then the design. So I'm just going to go stick the nails down onto the card after we have wiped them down, dusted them off. And I don't know if I included this part in the video, but once I place them down, I do wipe them with alcohol on the top to remove any smudges or, you know, anything that I feel like needs to be removed. I just go in and do that. This part is kind of tedious, not really, but like I like to make sure that it looks aesthetically pleasing on the card, even though you're going to just take them off the card and throw the card away, because I do include storage containers with my kits. I think I'm going to record a video of like what all comes with my nails and like all of that. So be looking out for that if you're interested in that. So after I wipe it with alcohol, we're going to wipe it with a dry lint-free wipe to remove any like wet stains from the alcohol. And here's what the nails look like. They came out so cute. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and comment down below any videos that y'all want to see me post. These nails are available on my website for purchase. If you are interested, I'll make sure to leave that down below in the description box for y'all. And I'll see y'all in my next video. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Outside in an AMG, right outside, TT.